Hello, folks, and welcome back to another episode of Trans Supporter. My name is Nicole Eldridge, and I am a transgender male to female still going through the transition process. Today on the show, we are going to be talking about a topic that's very hard for me to talk about, as you all can just tell. It's about private parts among transgender individuals. Now, what I've been seeing in the media or noticing lately, that a lot of people have been asking, whether it be on reality shows or whether it be on a actual news anchor, what have you, they've been asking about transgender parts, private parts. Now, this is a big issue for most transgender people. For me, it's a huge issue that I do not like to talk about. 100% hate it. I hate it so much I have dreams about doing something about it. Now, I understand this is not the way to go, and I get it, and I agree, because I need it to be able to have the surgery later in life. So, number one, you should never ever ask a person if they have a penis or a vagina. Never. Do not ask that among a transgender person unless you're good friends with them and you know that it's acceptable to talk about these things and ask. Now, going along with this topic, I've also noticed, and this kind of falls within the same line of something you don't talk about, that we can kind of tie in, is transgender. Like, do you go up to somebody and say, hey, are you transgender? I do, only because I love to help people, and I want to give them all the information that I know so I can better help them go through the process. Because as of right now, there is not a lot of resources and not a lot of stuff out there for transgender individuals. For instance, there's only one doctor's office in my area that does hormone replacements. Now you may be thinking, I live in New York City and I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, of course, big cities don't need to worry, but it's the smaller cities that are having trouble. So that's where we can kind of tie it in, is that you just don't talk about that kind of thing. Just like you don't really ask if you're transgender or not. You kind of just assume you go by female, and then you ask them about their life. And when they start revealing something to you in terms of hey, this is that, then you can talk about it. Only let them reveal what they want to share, because this is a very sore topic among transgender people. This also goes back to your sexual preference. Now, my sexual preference is asexual. I hate sex. I tried it one time and I do not like it one bit. When I was in the middle of making love, I kept saying to myself, I'm supposed to enjoy this, aren't I? This is supposed to be normal, right? But no, that was not the case for me, that was not the case. I didn't enjoy it. I hated it. I didn't want to do anything about it. So me and my significant other, my girlfriend, had a sit-down chat, and we discussed this issue. Now, it's great because she understands I hate it, so we don't talk about it, which is great. But it also can be harmful. Really, really harmful, because if you don't talk about your sex and you don't talk about that, and you start going out with somebody and they start, asking questions, and then all of a sudden they rip it off and they see it, they could dump you in a heartbeat, be like, nah, I'm not into this, goodbye. Or they could be okay with it and you could just have a serious talk. It's not one of those things where you just come out to somebody and be like right off the bat you say, hey, hello, my name is so-and-so, and I still have a dick. No, that's not one of the things you come out and say. But It's as the relationship grows, you can kind of say, hey, just to let you know, if you ever want to get close to me, this is what I still have. It's great to, early in the relationship, tell the person that you are transgender. That is 100% acceptable. This just shows that you're trying to be 100% honest with the other person and the genital situation. You just want to be straight up honest when you have a relationship. Plus, you don't want to talk about it. It's okay, like, if you have a transgender friend and you're asking them for advice and you're asking them for questions. Because us, as a transgender community, we're very, like, mixed. And we understand that we need to come together, to help other people and to help give them the information. That's what I've learned. And I've also learned that I'm kind of a visionary, because I'm one of the first people who is going through this process. Not one of the first people, I should say, but I'm one of, like, the people going through this process is actually making change for other people. I am a transgender advocate, so I tend to advocate towards other people. This is why I make my YouTube channel and my YouTube videos, to help other people and other informations. Now, if they come to you and they're like, man, I really hate my private parts, what can I do about it? If you go to my website, which is going to be in the description below, and you go to medical services, underneath there is male to female or female to male surgery. This is great because it gives you doctors that perform the surgery. And it's interesting because some doctors perform the surgery only for trans men, or only for trans women, or both. Now, that's pretty cool, that we have doctors like that. We have a whole bunch of resources for other individuals. Now, that's kind of getting off the side topic of the genitals and stuff like that. Last thing to note about the genitals is never, and this goes even beyond being transgender. It goes for any person out there. Never force somebody to do something with their privates that they don't want to do. Because you could get somebody you could potentially scar somebody for the rest of their life. Because having sex or using your genitals is a big adult decision. I mean, super big. It took me up until age 25 to even consider doing something, because I just wasn't ready. And being on the hormones made it shrink, so I was like, I better, try if I want to. So that's what ended up happening. I'm not saying go right out and, have sex or anything. No. That's not at all what I'm saying in this video. What I'm saying is that just to be aware of, what's going to happen. Last thing to note with your genitals is the touch. First, what I mean by this is, I mean that, like, a lot of people don't like to be touched down there. So you just have to ask them, hey, is it okay if I, do this or do that? And for some people, say, okay, we can try it. And if they try it and then they come back and they say, hey, I really don't like this, respect their wishes, because what we're going through is extremely hard. We as transgender people don't have it easy. It is very hard. So just respect our fact, and just respect the fact that we don't like to be touched down there if we don't want to be touched down there, For me, it's going to be a lot different when I actually develop, or actually when I go to get surgery to have a vagina. Then I'm going to want to use it because I paid all the money to get it. Number one, I have it. Number two, I'm a female now, So that's just my take on the situation. Just remember, whatever you do, respect the other partner's wishes, and please never ask a transgender person about their privates. This is a private matter that only friends should be talking about. Alright, folks. Thank you for watching this video today. If you could, please, give this video a thumbs up. You can comment down below, and you can subscribe in the little tiny little box. Please, that would be very helpful. I'm also down in the description. I'm going to put my my phone number, my email, and my website so you guys can get more information if you're still new to the transition process or you're fully transitioned and you just want more information. Thank you folks for watching.